Hey everybody, welcome back to Big Balls Fantasy Football. It's Greg the Beast with 4 Beast Mode picks this week. We're doing our playoff edition. Welcome to week 16, everybody. Hope a lot of you made it to your fantasy Super Bowl. I know there's a few rare people that have week 17s, but I mean, what do you have, 16, 18 teams in your league? Come on, this is it. This is the big week, and we're going to give you 2 go hards and 2 go softs to help you with matchup situations in the playoffs. If you're just watching this segment separately in our show, happy holidays, have a great holiday season, and let's hopefully give you some gift picks this week. So my first pick for you this week are 2 receivers. You got Vincent Jackson, and Mike Evans over there on Tampa Bay playing the Packers defense, who are 8th. They give up the 8th most fantasy points, 2 wide receivers, and have the 23rd ranked defense overall. Basically, Mike Evans has emerged this season. VJax has been the star on their team, but he's been a little gimpy. So you have Mike Evans, who has kind of taken the Alshon Jeffrey to the Brandon Marshall role over there in Tampa Bay. And Mike Evans has, of course, turned into a touchdown machine this season. He has had 948 yards, 11 touchdowns, and has only missed a touchdown 5 out of the last 15 weeks. That's some crazy good points for you. You have no complaint with Mike Evans. I think he maybe had 1 or 2 slow weeks in there. I think what he's been doing is pushing Vincent Jackson, who hasn't had a lot of touchdowns recently, but I think Vincent Jackson will get a touchdown this game for you because of this matchup with the Packers. Essentially, the way the coaches have been running them is they've been sharing the carries the last few games as the number 1 receiver. They're kind of looked at as like co-number 1 receivers. So each of them have been benefiting. Each of them have been benefiting you. Unfortunately, VJax a little bit more in the yard situation. Mike Evans a little bit more in the touchdown situation. I think this game's going to be a shootout. I know that McCown is not Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers got smacked down a little bit by the Bills last week, so I know he's going to come out gunning. And I think McCown is getting a chemistry with these 2 receivers, so I would get them in your lineup this week for sure. Nobody's benching Mike Evans, but, you know, Vincent Jackson, don't be discouraged by the touchdown situation. Get him in there. I think he's going to get you a touchdown this week. My second pick for you this week, my second go-hard pick, is C.J. Anderson on the Broncos. This week playing the Bengals defense, who give up the 4th most fantasy points to running backs. Basically, the way they've been using C.J. Anderson, of course, he has turned in their guy that they run him out of the backfield and they pass to him, and he goes off. He is a very hard runner. He is a very violent runner, and he's getting the job done there in Denver. And with this matchup this week, there's no way you can't play him. You're going to unfortunately have to wait till Monday night for your points, so be patient. Plug him in there. Your opponent might be ahead by 30 points, and you might just be able to make it up with CJ. Anderson rushed 29 times for 85 yards and caught 2 passes for 11 yards in Week 15 in the win at San Diego. And that was one of his slow weeks. So if that's one of your slow weeks at running back, I think you're in pretty damn good shape. Make sure you get Anderson in your lineup. So let's get on to the go softs. My first go soft, I really hate to say this, but it's a really horrible matchup situation for Matt Forte, of course, running back on the Bears, who has been the beacon on our Bears team, the one guy that has consistently been getting you points, except when he does play hard run defenses. And Detroit, who they're playing this week, has the toughest front line against the run. They're really hardcore. The last time he played them was on Thanksgiving, and it was pretty humiliating for him. He ended up managing to get 6 yards on 5 carries. Yikes. I know he got 6 grabs in the air for 52 yards, but fantasy-wise, that's not what you're looking for. You need, definite double digits this week in your Week 16 Super Bowl fantasy matchup, and Forte's just not going to do it for you this week. It's just a bad situation all around on the Bears, and the fact that Forte is not going to be able to get the game going against Detroit is just going to make fantasy bad on the Bears. I'll just add in, wouldn't put Forte in. I wouldn't put Forte in. I wouldn't put Cutler in. And, maybe Alshon Jeffrey. Maybe we'll get a little bit of heat off of him, a little bit of Wilson, but it's going to be a bad game this week. I'm not looking forward to going to the Tin Horn, but, that's just the way matchups go this late in the season. And my second go soft this week is Phillip Rivers, who's playing the Niners D. They give up the 8th fewest fantasy points to quarterbacks, and this is the 3rd-ranked defense overall, the Niners. This is always a tough matchup. And Phillip Rivers has, of course, done his wonderful season-ending dive that he always does. First half of the season, great for fantasy, and just recently, he has not been doing very spectacular. All of you owners know this. Yes, he had one hot shit week. He had one hot shit week, Week 13 against Baltimore, with 383 yards and 3 touchdowns. But since then, he's only been getting 1 touchdown a game, and he's had 5 picks over the last 4 weeks. It's generally always says that touchdown to pick ratio, you get that going in fantasy, your quarterback isn't going to get you any points. It's going to be a horrible situation. And then on top of it, Keenan Allen is going to be out, one of his weapons. It's just going to be, I think, a pretty crappy game for him against the Niners. So those are the picks for this week, my Beast Mode picks. Let's take it over to Jenny and her real men. Good luck in your playoffs.